Chapter 553 to 554. The Face. On the other side, Zhang Yi led everyone out of the Tianchong Hall, which was still bustling. Although the meeting was over, many people stayed there, actively discussing the situation in Linhai City. Zhang Yi didn't need to chat with them, and asked Bailey Chongqing to get more information. At this time, they heard a mocking voice. Tianhai City is right next to Linhai City. Now that the Neon Ronin have invaded, you actually fled in fear. It's really embarrassing. This voice made the faces of the people present change. Especially Qin Jingguan, his face turned blue and red, and anger and humiliation filled his eyes. Because the person who spoke was Sun Jianming, the leader of the forces from Days City. Zhang Yi frowned slightly and looked at them. He saw the three major forces in Days City gathered together and walked out. The number of aliens in these three major forces is much more than that of Tianhai City, and the number is more than 3 times that of Tianhai City. Naturally, the momentum overshadowed them. Xiao Honglian and others were a little nervous. The difference in numbers was too big. If they really fought, Xiao Honglian subconsciously looked at Zhang Yi. If Zhang Yi took action, they still had a chance to win. No, they could definitely win. Because Zhang Yi never fought a battle that he couldn't win. Thinking of this, Xiao Honglian felt more at ease, and she felt that Zhang Yi's handsome profile was more and more fascinating. After returning to Tianhai City, she would definitely get closer to Zhang Yi. The future pattern of the Jiangnan region will definitely change, and she also needs to find a protective umbrella for the Yangqing base. The leaders of the 3 major forces in Days City walked over here. There was still some distance between them, and it could be seen that their relationship was not so harmonious. It was just that when they put pressure on Tianhai City, their goals were the same. Zhang Yi smiled faintly and said, "Didn't Zhu Shuai say that? This matter is entirely up to everyone's own will. It seems that you don't need to worry about what we do, right?" Sun Jianming and the other 2 looked at each other, and the contempt in their eyes became stronger. Even the aliens next to them sneered. "You can even say such words, it's really funny. In the face of the righteousness of the family and the country, you only know how to hide and be a turtle. Hee hee. Are you still qualified to represent Tianhai City here? If you ask me, the power of Tianhai City is now abolished. Just look at the leader of the Chaoyu base. Tut tut tut. If you don't have the ability to grasp such a good area as Tianhai City, you might as well give it up early." The aliens in Days City unscrupulously mocked the aliens in Tianhai City. This made the aliens in Tianhai City look very ugly. Even the good-tempered Liang Yu couldn't help but frowned and looked at Zhang Yi subconsciously. As long as Zhang Yi opened his mouth, they would rush up without hesitation and slap the faces of these people. However, Zhang Yi listened to their sarcasm without any expression on his face. The weak will be angry because of the provocation of others, such as Qin Jingguan. Because of weakness, they have low self-esteem, so they can't stand others' ridicule. But for the strong, the voice of ants is too small to hear. How could he lose his temper because of a group of insects? He would only pity their ignorance. But Zhang Yi would not take action outside the Tianchong Hall. Presumably, the other party also intends to provoke them to take action, and then retaliate fiercely. In this way, even if the high-level officials of Blizzard City blame it, they can also push the responsibility to the aliens of Tianhai City. Zhang Yi narrowed his eyes, and there was some pure murderous intent in his heart. These annoying insects, I really want to step on them one by one. He smiled slightly. "Excuse me?" Then he said to the others next to him, "Let's go." After that, Zhang Yi turned around without looking back and walked towards the distant apartment. Originally, Xiao Honglian, Qin Jingguan, and others were waiting for Zhang Yi to take action. Unexpectedly, Zhang Yi had no temper at all, and just walked away after being ridiculed like that. They were dumbfounded. The aliens in Days City were also dumbfounded. How could he endure being ridiculed in person like that? Was he cowardly and incompetent, or was he too tolerant? Only Liang Yu, Uncle Yu, Fatty Su, and others followed Zhang Yi and left with a smile. They had long understood Zhang Yi's style of doing things. How could you anger him with just a few words? Seeing that everyone in Zhang Yi's team had left, Xing Tian hurriedly followed. From beginning to end, Zhang Yi did not greet them. In Zhang Yi's eyes, if they wanted to die and fight with the people in Day City, he would not interfere. Xiao Honglian and Qin Jingguan's people understood something in their hearts. They glared at the aliens in Day City, then turned around and left silently. Sun Jiaming spat on the ground viciously. Bah! Cowardly coward. What the hell? On the other side, Gu Hongdai, the leader of the Ice Butterfly organization, said with a smile. Their leader looks so weak. How can such a person lead a team? As a leader, you must have enough dignity and ability. If you can't protect your own territory and your subordinates, who will obey you? In Gu Hongdia's view, Zhang Yi's behavior is a manifestation of cowardice. At this time, Chen Liangyu, the leader of the third force, had a cunning light in his eyes and said with a smile, "Isn't this just what we want?" Sun Jiaming, Gu Hongdai, and Chen Liangyu looked at each other, and then they all showed a sinister smile on their faces. They can already determine what kind of situation Tianhai City is in now. Chaoyu Base, one of the 5 major forces in Tianhai City, its leader is actually just a Gamma-level alien who was hung up and beaten by Sun Jiaming. In Days City, this level is at most the captain level. And they came here deliberately to find trouble, in fact, to confirm the strength of other organizations in Tianhai City. But the result is that they insulted them wantonly, but those people didn't even dare to talk back and fled in disgrace. This is a very good opportunity, Sun Jiaming said in a deep voice. Gu Hongdai looked at the two with a smile. It's rare for the 3 of us to get together. Why don't we find a place to have a good drink and chat? Sun Jiaming and Chen Liangyu readily agreed to Gu Hongdia's proposal. They all knew what each other was thinking. Now there are external forces interfering in the Jiangnan region, and several major forces in the surrounding areas of Tianhai City have participated in the encirclement and suppression of the wanderers in Linhai City. At this time, no one will care what happened in Tianhai City. They didn't sign up for that task. The purpose is to eat the fat meat of Tianhai City. Don't look at Zhu Zheng's righteous words, not allowing them to fight internally. But as long as they take over the territory of Tianhai City first, there are naturally many ways to explain it. For example, help brother cities maintain public security and targeted support for poor and weak areas. As long as the facts are established first, then the Jiangnan region will not say anything. Who will speak up for the weak? Dear viewers, it's not finished yet. Thanks for staying tuned. Please subscribe and comment. It motivates me to publish more story videos.